To all the crowd and all the people that are here in person.
That wasn't the beat?
And you know what's funny is last week.
I don't know why that window's not in there, guys. It didn't get shifted over.
When I was on the phone,
yeah,
and I wasn't in person, and you played that,
yeah,
I was still in the room.
Oh,
it wasn't until after that I realized I was still dancing.
So hello, guys. This is our regular Tuesday. It is 2025.
What's up?
This is our first episode of the year, and we are here Tuesday, just like we always say. If you are a member, you can be a commenting. Members are commenting. What I mean by members is to be a monthly supporter of this channel. All you got to do is join, and I think it's $4.99 a month. And it lets you comment. But either way, you don't have to comment. You could just watch, and that is public for anybody on this channel. We have 12,000 subscribers on this channel. But we created the membership as a filter because usually we want people that are going to really be involved and to be able to leave comments and all that stuff. And if we just leave it open, trust me, man, it's a crazy world. And you just get people just... saying whatever on the comments, you know what I mean? So that is why. So we want to give a shout out, Felipe Flores. I see you. Empty Tomb, give us a $5. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
That's how we pay the internet bill here at the church. It's $160 a month for our Wi-Fi. And that's a really fast, high speed, and those $5 add up, so we appreciate it.
Yes. And as of right now, as economy, that's 1/3 of a crate of eggs at Costco.
Oh, I bought 18 eggs. It was, I don't know how much it was.
The two flats at Costco are $15 right now.
Yeah, I paid $8 for 12. Yeah. No, I don't know what I paid.
Because of the bird flu.
Yeah. So, bird. El hermano, I can't read what it is because it's too small.
Praise the Most High.
El hermano something. And
Ivan.
Sister
Ivan.
Lisa, thank you so
hermano
much.
Ivan.
Oh, El hermano Ivan. So God bless you guys. Thank you for joining us here on the podcast. And
episode 23.
Yeah.
Episode 23.
Yeah, these guys were sitting here ready to go live, and I was still in the freeway trying to get here. And I scolded them about being here on time, actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say nothing, but...
Yeah, I'm just saying it myself. I don't know. It was just crazy. And,
well, it's usually my fault because I'm coming from the Bay Area trying to get over here.
Yeah. I'm going to have to read the comments here because there's no way I can see that screen.
Felipe Flores says $8 for a dozen. It's a scam. You're right.
Yep.
It is a scam.
Well, you know what? That's on us for not raising chickens. You know, we depend on Winco. We depend on Food for Less.
That's right.
That's on us, man.
No.
You know,
I'm from the city, man. Like I'm from the concrete. You know, I didn't see too many trees until 96.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no.
Well, I'm going to buy you a chicken for your birthday.
Hey, no, seriously. I think they said. I think there was a stat or an article written that said 75 years. I think 75 years ago, maybe 7,500 years ago.
7,500 years ago.
No, 75 or 100 years
Moses?
ago. They said that it was like 96% of Americans had farms.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's something like 2 or 4%.
90 what?
Like 96%.
The other 4% stole from the 96%.
Exactly. You know, and then now it's like 2% or something like that actually know how to farm.
No, man. I just need a cow. I need a chicken.
Yep.
A few chickens. I need a cow. I need some land, some seeds. What else do I need?
We need a homestead. We need to go look Montana,
why have
Wyoming.
we not watched that movie?
I haven't. I know. I seen the.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen. I seen the trailer for it when I was in Arizona, and I didn't get a chance to.
Is this set up to show that trailer, Justin, or is it not set up? Can we movie Homestead?
The trailer for it. It looks really good.
Yeah. PBD was talking about it.
Oh, today?
Yeah, today.
I didn't get finished.
So the same people that put out Cry to Freedom or Voice of Freedom. What's it called?
Yeah, Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom. A lot of the Christian films. I don't know if it's a Christian film, but either way.
I know the producers are Christian.
Well, the same ones that put out The Chosen.
Yeah.
Well, not the guy, but I mean the production studio.
Why do I want to say I saw this?
Well, maybe the picture.
Do you want me to play the trailer?
If you
can you?
Can you?
Yeah.
If you can play the trailer.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we'll be able to hear it, but.
What do you think?
Where did you find that?
In the dark corner of your closet? I'll probably never get asked to prom. San Evie.
This is happening in LA, and it is not just an earthquake.
Los Angeles has been struck by a bomb.
The city's on fire.
Take a breath, fill our lungs.
What is this place?
Welcome to Homestead. So glad you're here.
This might be the most prepared location in the Rockies.
My family's out here, and we're starving to death.
Everyone's gonna want in.
I wish we could help, but we can't.
You can or you won't. Please.
After today, our lives will never be the same.
Our kids need us to be strong.
Can I pray for you?
I can't just sit here while our friends are starving. There's life, and then there is life worth living. It would take a miracle for this to work.
It's just you and I tonight.
But I believe in miracles.
All right, we're back. So, bam. So I don't know nothing about this movie other than the trailer looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Empty Tomb says they're Mormons. Is that true? Is that what the story's about? I have no idea. All I know is I'll be a Mormon's best friend if the apocalypse hits and they got some food.
Starts popping off around here. You know what I mean? Shoot.
So
You know, have you ever read the author from the movie Sound of Freedom?
no.
The real guy, his newest book.
No.
It is absolutely amazing if
Yeah.
you get a chance to read it.
I have no doubt.
And when he tells stories of him going in to bust human traffickers,
Yeah.
and he starts talking about the gifts of the Spirit.
Really?
It is amazing.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing. He's Mormon.
Yeah.
And that's what but dude, it's absolutely crazy. And we'll get into this because today we're going to start our class today on as far as the New Testament. And people are like, oh, they're Mormon or they're this or they're that. Dude, those were pagan astrologers that God spoke to that were led by a star to get to the Messiah.
Who?
In the beginning of Matthew.
We're Mormons?
No.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking
What
about?
I'm saying is different beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
Different beliefs and how
I
God
see what you're
speaks and everything else.
I was going to kick you out. I was like, what are you talking about? Blasphemy.
But no, just in that. Yeah, and how God just moves. And if you read his book, dude, there was a couple parts in that book. I was driving through the bay, just listening to it, dude. I just in tears, man.
Yeah.
Just how because God is in the business of helping people.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
So I was going to say that real quick. Speaking of the class that you're starting today, it's called The Life of Christ. You're going to do it for the next 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. Guys, there is still room. If this is a class you want to be a part of, it's every Tuesday for the next 12 weeks. And you don't have to be here in person. It's through Zoom also. So while he's teaching in class, we have 3 cameras set up in the classroom. And then it's recorded. So even if you can't attend live, if you join the class, you will after every session, after every Tuesday, you'll get the recording, you'll get everything. We send a workbook to you. There is some video curriculum that we send to you for the next 12 weeks. It's the life of Christ. I mean, do you want to, like, the 2-minute, what are they going to learn about the life of Christ?
Well, we're going to go through all 4 books. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's the focus over the next 12 weeks. And as far as, on the videos they're going to include, you're going to be able to go and study as far as off the instructor itself, and you're going to have to go through that. But we're going to have a reading plan. One of the things that my goal is just to bring out and highlight some things that are not brought out through the video, but to really get you intertwined with not just like a reading text, but to be able to intertwine with the scriptures in itself. I know one of the things that they talk about as far as the Logos and the Rhema, and learning how to do that, learning how to hear God's voice through the scriptures, learning to not just read it as literature. But here's the other side too, that I see that people use it is kind of like the bread of life scriptures, where they just kind of pull it out individually for themselves. One, you have to learn how to hear God's voice through the scriptures for you personally.
Yeah.
But it's also important to understand who was writing it and who were they writing it to, and the context in which it was written, because it's an ancient Eastern text. And to be able to grab that information and put those two things together and not just pull out scriptures as it just needed for you, but to understand why it was written. And to be able to have those types of conversations. So we're going to dive into all of the books, all of the text. We're going to have a great conversation, a lot of dialogue, a lot of feedback. And I'm really excited to be able to go through it and to each book individually. And we're going to read all four books in 12 weeks. And so just to be able to enrich, be able to grow. And John Lake said it this way. He said, the words of Jesus is the constitution of the New Testament. And I love that. And because it is from what Christ said, it is from what Christ said at that point, moving forward, that develops into what Paul writes in the New Testament.
Awesome. So that's good. So if that's a class you're interested in, it starts in 2 hours. So if that's a class you want to join, literally, you got to message us, email us, do something. Write it on here, and I'll figure out how to get a hold of you, because I have to send you the invoice, and that way you'll get the link to the Zoom login so you can join in, and then we'll get the workbook to you this week. That way you'll have it for session 2.
I don't know anything about the class, and that's just being real. But I will say this. You said that you're going to read all 4 Gospels in 12 weeks. So I highly suggest this. I've taken a couple challenges myself in reading the Word, and I love it. I love reading the Word, so I challenge myself. I read the Word in a year. I've done the whole New Testament in 60 days, and that's not bragging. I'm saying is a lot of people will be like, man, that's a lot of reading. So as soon as they hear 12 weeks, all 4 Gospels, immediately their distraction of their mind said, man, I don't know if I could do all that. So if you're one of those people that's listening to this and your mind said that as soon as you heard it, that's a sign right there that you should do it, because you should test yourself and learn. I mean, that's a lot of reading. It is. It is. It is. It's a lot of reading. And you know what? It's absolutely phenomenal. And for it to do it in 12, how much, what is 12 weeks?
That's 3 months. 3 months.
3 months, dude. See what I'm saying? And I mean, the amount that you will get in 90 days is absolutely amazing. And just do it.
So here's the thing too, just to give you some backdrop, is we have been teaching at PLBS. That's our Bible school here at House of Rest. It's Parakletos Leadership Bible School. Parakletos means Holy Spirit in Greek. In case people say, what is that? But every course I've done, this is different, because the main textbook is your Bible.
Yeah.
It's your Bible, cool. You know what I mean? So that's why it's probably the lowest price course that we have. Usually they're $195, $175. This was $125, because your Bible is your textbook, and the workbook just comes alongside your Bible. So it's a really great class. Real quick, Empty Tomb said the production team is Mormon. No, I think they had some Mormons in the production team, but that's for The Chosen. But Homestead is so what it is for those of you that don't know, there's a production company, and then there's different directors, each making different movies, trying to get into that production, so that production does mass distribution. So this movie Homestead is put out by the same umbrella as Chosen, but has nothing to do with The Chosen. It's just under the same Angel Studios, and Angel Studios is a distributor.
Yeah, because Angel Studios is it's a broad company.
I think Angel Studios did Bonhoeffer.
Did they?
Probably.
I think so, because I think that's where I saw that preview.
Oh, that's right.
Of the Homestead.
Yeah, they did a lot.
That's why I thought I saw the movie.
I want to even say Civil War. No, that wasn't Angel Studios.
No, but there's a lot of collaboration, because just some of the actors that I seen on that trailer, Babylon Bee. They're not a part of Angel Studios. They're not a part of it. They're a whole separate entity, but you'll see people from the Babylon Bee. You'll see people from the Daily Wire. You'll see people from, stuff like that. You'll see them interacting in these movies. There's not a direct connection. There's relationships that are built.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. Like same way, like I have a publishing company, which are books, but it's like I did a book with Alfonso. He's a completely different person. I did with Sister Lydia, completely. Deo, different people.
But you guys agree completely 100% on all your theological positions, right?
So they're all separate authors, but I'm the one that is the publisher and puts them out.
There you go.
So, anyways,
Episode 23.
episode 23.
The Jordan.
Now,
Amen.
let me just say real quick. This is next week will be 6 months.
Really?
Dang.
Episode 24.
Huh.
So I know we had talked about bringing our wives today, and so we had to put that off.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen.
That was supposed to happen today. But I think now that when I was writing it down 23, I said, okay, Lord, I see. It's next week, 6 months.
Ah.
So we're celebrating 6 months, and hopefully
Yeah.
we can celebrate with our wives to be able to do this. I think that is a huge accomplishment because we didn't know where this was going, and I was the one that got in late. I was.
How many episodes did we do before Angel got in?
One.
Oh, one?
One.
He says late, got
I
in
know.
late.
He seems like he just came in like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We did one episode.
But I was still late.
I mean, technically, in all technicality, right?
Jacob was born second. He wasn't first.
Did you get a recognition award for talking a lot? No, huh?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. on the New Year's Eve.
I didn't.
Oh, I just mentioned that you were part of the
you
podcast.
Said that, you figured, man, you like to talk, so let's give this guy a microphone. I think Mickey is the one on the episode where we did with the wives. Mickey had said like everywhere else, people like shut him down for talking so much and saying what he says, and you give him a platform.
Well, that was funny because I'm just like, okay, where can I use this guy? Because he's like, hey man, use me. I don't want to be used. And I'm like, well, he likes talking. I said that would be perfect on a podcast. But it's good, man. You bring some good conversation.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Empty Tomb says that's awesome. We need more Christian movies that aren't cheesy. You're right. I love
Amen.
cheese. I love cheese and everything except movies.
Yep.
Yes.
So, anyways, let's get into some subjects. I don't know if you want to talk about the bombing at the Trump thing in Vegas, because that's kind of old news, but we haven't talked about it. We have the New Orleans thing, terrorists. It's a little old news, but we haven't talked about it. We have inauguration coming up.
Yep.
And there's some warning signs out there that people are worried about. I don't know if you want to talk about that. I don't know if there's something else you guys want to talk about. Those are all interesting things that.
I will say this about the inauguration. And I know I've talked to you about it. It's nothing deep or anything, but what I have told you is if I was Donald, and Donald's going to do what Donald's going to do, and I love that about him, right? But the thing about it is even though it's usually out on the front lawn, I think, man, that dude should just do it on the inside.
Yeah.
And he should be indoors. I can't see it going well if he's outside. I'm not saying that he's going to get killed. I'm just saying I can't see it going well. I don't know. Something is going to explode. You know?
I want to.
Not literally. Not literally.
You know, I get it. You want to be macho. You want to do this. You want to do that. But the fact is this: you are literally laying the trust of your life in the hands of somebody, in the hands of a group that let you get shot in the ear. In the head, actually, in the head. Let's not diminish that. You got shot in the head, you know, and that's scary. Yeah, it can be scary because you don't know who to trust. All it takes is one person. To allow something. And here's the thing, right? I don't necessarily think it would be an inside job. It's the inside job saying, "Let's stand back and let happen what's going to happen." You know, because
it doesn't have to be an inside job.
No,
way.
it doesn't.
It's just the pullback.
Yeah.
You know, there was my brother-in-law, I'm going to put my brother-in-law on blast here. When he was a kid, you remember Stephen? Remember Stephen when I was youth pastoring?
Yeah.
And so I always heard this story. He said one time that these guys wanted to pick a fight with Stephen in front of his house.
Yeah.
And he told Jose, he said, "Hey man, you with me?" "I'm with you, bro." All right. Well, these guys showed up.
Yeah.
And so this thing's about to pop off, and they're young teenagers, and Steven's like, "Yeah, all right, let's go, getting ready to get into it, walking up, and he turns around,
Gone.
And Jose's gone.
He's ghost.
He's ghost.
Gone.
And so we tease him to this day because he's like, dude, I couldn't stay. Why? My mom was calling me, dude.
Oh
I had
my
to go.
God. My mom was calling.
I think they were like 13, 14.
That's the oldest one in the book.
But my point is that
Remember your Hot Wheel with Marcos?
Oh, I know when he grabbed it and took off
when his mom was calling him.
Yeah,
he had just bought a '57 Chevy Red, right? You don't remember?
I don't remember the car.
It was a '57 Chevy Hot Wheel. Mm-hmm. It was so hard to find, and he found it. And our neighbor, man, I'm putting him on blast. I'm still gonna get you. And so Angel was playing with it.
I was like 4,
and he was a neighbor, right? So he called. His mom called him. Marcos, come in. It's dinner. He literally grabs the Hot Wheel and runs inside, dude. I had to beat him up the next day in school.
I couldn't agree with you more about that. You know, you're around some people that, I mean, who do you trust at this moment, right? They were supposed to be protecting you, but the thing about it is Trump left himself vulnerable at that, you know, and I think that kind of like put him up on guard. Like today when he was at that conference, I guarantee you they had a lot more on him today than what was over, you know, when he got shot. Yeah. I guarantee it. But, you know, all joke. I mean, for me, in the head, when you said what you said, the first thing I thought about was Miklo. When, well, you want to get your VL Placaso so bad, then go get him. And so he was like, I'll show you Jolly Green Giant. And then he takes off. You know what I mean? Like, that's Trump right now. Like, don't be Miklo, man. Like, be smart about this, dude. You got so much that you want to take care of. And everybody knows that you're going to be able to take care of it. Get in there. 2 weeks is a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, my thing, too, though, my thought, and it's crazy because I thought this because they brought it up on PVD today, is even more sinister than a lone wolf is if another country literally wanted to do some really ugly damage with something nuclear. Mm-hmm. And at the inauguration, you're talking about Congress.
Oh, everybody. Yeah.
Senators, past presidents. I mean, everybody. Mm-hmm. That would be...
That's funny.
That would be, I mean, I don't even have a word for it.
That'd be the time. So with that being said, when we're watching the inauguration, pay attention to who's not there.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you there, bro? Like, you don't miss this. You know, them Clintons, if they're like one of them missing, ooh, there's something.
Well, yesterday.
If they're all missing.
Well, yesterday, from my understanding, I still haven't watched it yet, but from my understanding yesterday, there was a whole bunch of Republicans that were saying, hey, stay, because we have to solidify as far as the vote for Trump's presidency, which was yesterday.
Yes.
But there was a whole bunch of Democrats missing. None of the Democrats wanted to show up.
Yeah, for the counting, right?
Yeah, for the counting. Mm-hmm. And so to me, when I heard that, the first thing that I went to was precedents.
Yeah.
And so, like exactly with what you're saying. And so, because then I'm going, okay, if they're not there on the 5th, who's not going to be there on the 20th?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And so now they haven't, because now they could. And now, again, we're just talking scenario. We're talking movies, right?
Yeah.
Not real life. This is we're talking possibilities here. But now they have a precedent of going, no, we just didn't support it. That's why we didn't go. And that's the first thing that popped into my mind was just precedence. It was like, wow, okay. You know, and again, maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe I'm just being, conspiracy theory type of thing. But at the same time, Justin, do you remember who
oh yeah, that's
who was shot that enacted World War I, Justin? Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Oh, that got assassinated.
Yeah. It just takes right now in this
was it Austria. Yeah.
In this situation right now where we find ourselves,
it's
as a
so
country.
volatile that it's like
it's a spark.
It's like a pack of dynamite in the middle of dry grass, in the middle of 115-degree weather, with somebody smoking nearby. It's like all it takes is a spark. You know what I mean?
And because even Muslim nations and Middle Eastern countries are in disagreement right now.
Yeah.
Asian countries, right now, you got Taiwan, you got Vietnam, you've got all these that are standing against China, that are starting to puff their chest out a little bit. And so you got all this stuff going on. All you need, man, is just a quick spark.
What did Empty Tomb?
He said there was a movie, TV series about this, and all of Congress died except like one person.
That's called Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, I never even heard of it or
And
seen
so
it.
the very, very first episode, what happens is he is, oh my God, I forget what he's called. That in case the president and everybody else dies.
Oh, yeah. There's a
takes
name
over.
for it.
Yeah.
I did see the trailer for
And
that.
and so, anyways, in the very first 15 minutes of the whole series, and it's like a 3-season series or something like that. You just see the White House explode.
You know what? I mean, just for the sake of conversation, because we're just a bunch of regular guys talking, we have no idea how politics work in that sense. What would happen? Because let's say something horrendous like that did happen to our federal government like that. You know, senators, Congress, everybody. We still have 50 governors. You know what I mean? So I wonder if that, I'm curious to know, because let's say, God forbid something happened like that. You have the president, you have the vice president, you have the speaker of the house, you have everybody. Amazing. I mean, I wonder. We don't know. We're not saying like we know. Yeah, we're just wondering.
I don't know, but
that's way above my pay grade.
I do know that every state does have a military.
Yeah.
And so I would imagine it would be martial law within each state. But I can only imagine it.
Yeah,
I don't know the scenario, how that would go. It would also determine who's left.
Well, the military would still have generals, because not every general is going to be at the inauguration or something like that.
But who would be the commander-in-chief to order?
Yeah, I'm curious. How would that...
Sorry.
Yeah, way above your pay grade?
Yeah, I usually look that stuff up, man, but that I haven't looked at.
Yeah, chain of command, not sure what it is, but there's got to be a plan. There has to be. There's no way they're not gonna have inaugurations every 4 years with the most important people and not have something in place.
The name of the guy of the title that he has is the Designated Survivor.
Yeah.
And like he's like mad because he has to go there, and he shows up and he's eating, and like, dude, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing ever happens. This is a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And
so he's the person left out of the meeting, so in case something happens, he could. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I see.
And that's how he ends up taking over. It ends up being a really good series, and this and that, whatever. It's Kiefer, man. So if you're old school Lost Boys kind of guy, dude, you know what I mean? Kiefer's a bad dude, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But unfortunately, man, like I said, I hope Trump plays it smart. I hope he doesn't go Mr. Machismo.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, nobody can touch me kind of thing, dude, because you just can't trust who you're taking over for.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that. I have no doubt that he knows that kind of stuff.
But if that happens, I'm voting for Rick Grimes. Look up Rick Grimes, something cool looking picture. I just want to let you know, if that ever happens, this is who I want you to vote for.
I would, you know, and if he could have a vice president, I think it would be Dutton.
Yes,
John Dutton from 1883.
Yes,
that would be an incredible vice president.
That would be cool. But I would want Rick Grimes to have his red machete.
Oh yeah.
He has to have the red-handled machete.
Coral.
There he is.
Yeah.
All right.
So according to the chain command, it would be Rick Grimes.
Yeah, if that happens, this is who's going to be in charge.
Oh my God.
And then look up, was it John Dutton?
John Dutton.
This is going to be the vice president.
We're making our own cabinet right here, right
John,
now.
Dutton.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you what they both have in common real quick right now. Was it you want the original? The original. Is his name John?
I thought it was. No, John's his son. Just look up 1883 cast.
Who is his name?
I have no idea about any of this.
Oh, man, dude.
I don't watch any of this.
You got to watch it. It's done now. Oh,
No, it's not.
No, Yellowstone's done.
No.
Tim McGraw plays. Who does Tim McGraw play?
No, it's done. They're going to spin off into something else.
Yeah. What's the name?
James Dillard's.
So I'm gonna it's a singer.
Yeah, Tim McGraw is the singer.
So here, right now, I'm telling you what is the common denominator in making these dudes bad dudes is they wear boots, man.
Oh my goodness.
They both wear boots. If you want somebody
for walking.
If you want somebody to run this country, you better make sure they got cowboy boots on. Just saying, because if nobody can wear cowboy boots and not love America unless they're colorful. Remember Ted?
Red?
Yeah.
Pulling them off.
Okay, guys. So,
anyways, we went way far.
Yeah. Let's back that up.
The inauguration.
But seriously, I did have somebody comment last week. Can we talk about that? Because it was talking, it kind of sort of deals with the inauguration. I don't want to read it, but basically they said, they were asking very politely, they didn't get rude about it, but saying, does it please God of us choosing the less of two evils? Basically saying that Kamala was evil and Trump is evil. How can God be pleased with that? And this is my response. I said, well, and technically then, we can't make a choice anytime for anything because everything is evil other than God. Right? So do we not choose a teacher or a president or a principal or a mayor? Because even if they're Christians, they're not God. Only God is perfect.
What did Jesus say? Why do you call me good?
Yeah. So at what point then do we check out? And I think it was a good question because he didn't ask disrespectful. He really said, how can we choose between two evils? And I'm like, well, if we really look at it that way and follow the logic of that, then we can't choose nothing. Because technically it's like, okay, even if we say, let's forget people, let's food. Oh, do I get this or do I get the organic? The fact is this, organic or not, it's still on this earth that is very polluted and corrupt. So you're not going to eat? Oh, I'm going to get grass-fed. You know what I mean? So at what point, every choice we do is a lesser of two evils.
You
see what I'm saying?
Paul makes a statement that's incredible. And it was actually on my mind today, just because, last night, Ezra, we were up all night. He had 100-degree fever. His ear started hurting, but he was just up. And so we gave him Motrin probably about 2 a.m, and then he just crashed out until 10. So thank God I got to get some sleep. I had to go to work. And then we wake up and we're going through, and Deanna's like, man, I need to take him. I need to take him in. And so now his fever goes up to 101, then it goes up to 102.
Tell Angel,
then it goes up to 103, and now it's climbing. And so now we take him in. He's lethargic. He's at 103. And his temperature is getting higher. And they're checking his heart rate. His heart rate's supposed to be at 110. He's at 150. And they don't understand why his heart rate's pumping so hard. And they were a little concerned about that.
Yeah. This was last night?
No, this was right before I came.
Oh.
This was about an hour and a half before I got here.
Can I go real quick?
Is Abraham going over there? Hold on, guys. Brothers, his wife is at the door. Nobody's answering the door. I don't want her standing out there. Did Abraham go over there? Oh, no, she's in.
Oh, okay.
I think. Want on. Sorry, Angel.
Angel.
We got his wife standing outside and nobody's answering the door.
You want Justin
It
to
just
go?
died on me, so I can't tell.
What door?
Over there in the front.
Justin, you want to go open it, Mijo?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mijo.
So he's at 150, you said?
His heart rate's at 150. It's supposed to be at 110.
Yeah.
And so when we got his medication, all this stuff. But anyways, my point with that is, let's say within the Christian community, the conversation I think we had maybe about 2 weeks ago, is God a healer?
Is God what?
Is God a healer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
So do you live by faith? Yeah. And so it's kind of like, all these things. And it's like, well, I don't believe in the natural. So you don't eat?
Yeah.
You don't sleep? You drive with your eyes closed? Do you just cross the street without looking right and left? Do you wear a seatbelt?
Yeah. So you mean like as far as somebody saying, well, you have faith, but you take your son to the doctor.
Yeah.
And that's like the person telling you, well, you don't got faith like me. And I'm like, did you put your seatbelt on when you drove over here? Yeah. Why?
Exactly.
Why? Why did you stop when the train track thing went down?
Yeah, you should have just kept on going.
You should have just kept going because surely the Lord is going to make your car float above the train.
Well, do you go to work?
Yeah.
Do you got a job? And it's just all those different things. And I think, and so even in today's...
That's why there's wisdom.
Here's, to me, it's just kind of like, did God give us the ability to operate from faith? Yeah, but he also gave me eyes, ears, nose, hands, feet, senses, logic. You know, he gave me the ability to think and consider. And so it just, the reason why, you know, we're talking about, you know, right and wrong. Sometimes in the scripture that Paul makes to Timothy is he says, for even when we are unfaithful, God is faithful because he cannot deny himself. And the reality is you can't have faith in your faith.
You can't what?
You can't have faith in your faith.
No. You have to have faith in him.
Faith in God.
Faith in God.
You know, and so that you know, whether it's government, whether it's whatever, it may be a tale of two evils, but like you know, there's an incredible book called Kingdom of Heaven or Kingdom of God. What is it? Oh gosh, man. Anyways, it's just telling the story of the reign of humanity and every kingdom that comes and falls. Kingdom, next one comes. But then there's the kingdom of God that reigns at the same time, operating at the same parallel time that time frame that humanity is living in. And does every generation operate 100% in the will of God? No. We see that in Acts and the mistakes that they make.
I mean, if we said, okay, I'm only going to go to a church with a perfect pastor. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a pastor of this church. Surely I'm the lesser of two evils because I'm a human. You see, so at what point, where does it? You see what I'm saying?
I'm looking for a church that just preaches the word.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that, but then if there's somebody from a different perspective that steps in. They're going to disagree with your statement that you just go to a church that just preaches the word.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, it's a hard place to be, but in reality, this is why we live by faith.
Yeah, exactly.
And when it's said and done, we still live by faith. Because, you know, you could have a backpack full of bullets. You could have a backpack full of Bibles. I could have a backpack full of food. You know, but at the same time, you could take those. We can go. Well, I'm better than you because it's not bullets and it's not food. Okay, but do you have? Is that logos becoming rhema in your life in a consistency instead of just religiosity? You know, which we did that as a nation already before, where we suppressed people through our religion.
Yeah, and
so anything can go bad and sideways fast in a hurry, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Brother Empty Tomb says the logical conclusion to that idea is that Christ's sacrifice was in vain. God forbid. Felipe Flores says, let's see. Oh, I'm going back a few. I missed a few of them.
Some.
Felipe says apparently Yellowstone might come back. Costner and the show creator apparently trying to mend their relation. He's going to come back. Oh wait, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
No. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Oh man. Felipe Flores is the same thing when people say a certain holiday is pagan. Everything around us is pagan. Our money, Nike shoes, coffee brand. Yeah. Of course.
Do you think Christians make all your clothes?
Yes.
It's like, dude, Pentecostals. It's like, dude, do you think the manufacturers of skirts are all just speaking in tongues, dude, when they're making skirts? Like, come on, man, what are we doing here?
That's like, you know how when Jewish people or Muslim people, it has to be kosher.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not buying this rice unless it's grown by a Christian. I'm not buying these potatoes. I'm not doing this. I'm not riding on that street unless I knew that the person laying the pavement was a Christian. Like at one point, yeah, dude, we got to live in this world while we're here, and we deal with it. And you know what? That's not nothing new, man. They dealt with it back then in the time of Jesus. Before Jesus was born in a time when Rome was oppressing Israel. You know.
Well, were you going to say something? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The statement that Jesus makes when they said, you know, who do we give to Caesar?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? He never says don't. He never argues the sense of taxes. Even John the Baptist, when he was rebuking tax collectors, he didn't say, hey, stop taking taxes. He said, stop being overbearing and taking more than what is needed from them. So there's nothing wrong. These are all human things. But what did Jesus say? But whose image is on them?
Yeah. But here's the thing, right, too, is people got to understand that, like, for instance, Empty Tomb, I'm going to pick on you for a minute because he's an amazing music producer. But can you imagine, I'm like, I can't listen to your music because it was you made that music on instruments that were made by atheists.
Yeah.
Are you sure that everybody that produced that keyboard, that drum machine, that software was a Christian? Because they weren't. So that means your music's evil? No, man. That's why you declare things holy unto the Lord.
Yep.
I don't care who made this keyboard. I don't care who made this computer I'm on. I'm going to use this for the glory of God. You know?
Have you seen the videos of whether witches or warlocks in grocery stores casting spells on food?
What?
You ever seen those videos on like YouTube or TikTok?
No, that's stupid.
Yeah. Well, they do. They do. They'll go into grocery stores and you'll see them casting spells.
They don't do nothing
on the food. Well, but here's the thing: to the believer, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. You become a slave to the voice you obey.
Exactly. Now, could it affect somebody that's not within the kingdom in the realm of that's living in the kingdom of God?
Say that again.
Could it affect someone that's not living?
Yeah.
Oh, well, absolutely.
No, exactly. But do you give, like I said, give thanks? Do you pray over every single thing?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You do?
No.
Oh.
Because why?
Because I'm human.
Well, and you're blessed.
Dude, if Satan showed up with some tacos in his hand right now, I'll slap him out of it and I'll eat those tacos.
Smacking them, bro.
Yeah.
I'm smacking both of them. I'm going to smack Satan first, and I'm going to smack me some tacos.
Dude, he's going to get punked, and he's going to leave here with no tacos in his hand.
Well, depending if they're like what it is, bro. Because if they're
I imagine they're very caliente.
Because if they're tripas, bro, I'm gonna let it go, bro.
Yeah, me too. I'm good. I'm good. But if it's lengua, dude.
Oh yeah, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah. That'd be like remember
getting
when you were
smacked.
kids and people be like, "Oh, you want that?" And then the kid would put his finger in your food, and then you don't want it because the kid touched it.
Oh no, that's not
You know what I mean? Can you imagine saying like, "I really, really want some carnitas"? So you go and Satan's there like, "Oh, it's mine, dude. I'm still gonna eat those carnitas. Your hand touching them means nothing."
How dare you call what I've made clean unclean?
Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
when the sacred touches the unsacred.
remember that meme with Batman slapping Robin?
no.
You ever seen that meme? Look at
up,
Batman
Justin.
slapping
Look,
Robin.
while Tito finishes his statement, look up the meme.
It's just what we were talking about for the Christmas episode, right? I was talking to somebody about that last week, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was saying the pagan road is be careful when you go down it.
Yeah.
Because you'll get lost on it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what Satan wants.
And
you
so-
got it? Go ahead, put it on. That's exactly how I'd slap Satan and take his tacos from him. Don't play with tacos.
Yeah, tacos is desert island, bro. I told you, deserted island. So the thing about it is I also told the person that I was talking to, I said, be careful when you're on that road because you can get lost on that road, right?
Yeah.
And because I know from my own experience, my own wisdom, right? But I also say it's very important. Like I think every quote unquote Christian should go down that pagan road. Because you got to see what you're after, what you're against, what is going on. Learn how to wait a minute, man, this is not where I'm supposed to be at. That's how come for today, that's why I say I'm not your typical I'm not your typical quote unquote Christian, bro. I'm gonna fail. I heard a pastor one day say, "Don't follow me," and I thought this was very bold of him.
He says,
Straight up, dude.
Will Smith, that sucker.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I heard a pastor say about how he's all, "Don't follow me because I'll fail you.
Yeah.
I'll fail you everywhere we go." So I mean, stop doing the pagan thing, bro. Or unless you just stay at your own house and grow your own dirt. You know what I mean?
Grow your own dirt.
So because nothing is gonna be you need to make it holy.
Yeah.
And take out there with and throw some water on it, man.
Man, I'll get a spiritual rope, but I'm still thinking about the enemy with tacos.
Oh, now you're thinking about some tacos, huh?
No, I would get that rope, a spiritual rope, choke that puppet. I don't always, choke puppets, but when I do, don't look at me.
So
okay,
yeah.
Back to the inauguration.
Back to the inauguration.
So Trump, be careful. Hopefully you see this, man. We'll be praying for you. We hope that you get in there.
I'm pretty sure he watches us.
This is three men who absolutely want to see you in there. Next topic.
Yep.
Next topic is gas.
Oh man, dude.
Has it gone up? It's supposed to go up 47 cents, 49 cents.
47.
Why? Because Gavin Newsom wants us to buy electric cars.
Yes.
Except Teslas.
Yeah, except Teslas.
Because that's what the rebate won't give back from the state.
Yeah.
Thank God that we have a governor who is protecting us from Trumpism.
Oh,
I mean, dude, empty tomb. Good for you, man. You're out there in Boston, and you ain't got to worry. You don't get all of this.
Yeah, we get special treatment over here.
Newsom protection.
You know what? It was crazy being in Southern Arizona, just looking at groceries, looking at gas. Because gas over there, do you remember what it was, Justin?
Like $3.
Maybe low threes, high twos.
Yeah.
And it just always puzzled me because I'm like, dude, they don't even have a port. Arizona doesn't have a port.
Oh, I never thought about that. They got the border.
They got a border, but they don't have a port. So the moment you pass Blythe and go into Quartzsite,
$2.86 a gallon.
I was gonna let him finish, but yeah.
He says we got our own problems. $2.86.
Oh, in Boston?
Yeah, in Boston.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same thing in Southern Arizona. We're in Arizona, period. Because once you pass Blythe and you go into Quartzsite, dude, you're at 2 something. 293.
Oh, Dana said 280 in Arizona.
280.
Yeah, same thing. Every time I would go to Lake Tahoe, I'd go down into
Nevada.
Yeah, what's the capital? Forgot. Carson City, and fill up that Costco right at the bottom.
Yep. But even just the groceries, and everything else, and it's just it's absolutely insane. Like they don't have smog. You don't pay for smog. You get registered. You get your license, and I think it's like 15 years.
Yeah.
You don't have to renew your license. Your DMV, your insurance. I mean, just all that stuff. And it's just like, man, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Where we're at. But it is, at the same time, it ain't Cali.
I just paid $4.05 for gas right now.
Yep. And that's low.
And that was because I was out of gas, so I put it at a cheap 7-Eleven.
I see, $3.89 I paid yesterday. I was excited. I was like,
I just
wow,
put a
dude,
little
this is
bit.
cheap.
I put enough to get here because I'm like, man, I'll just
What's
fill
your
up right here.
7-Eleven though? See, my 7-Eleven is a 76.
Yeah, no, this one was just a ghetto, little ghetto one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, different 7-Elevens carry different gas.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to throw something out there. Justin, you want to put the article up real quick?
Oh, it went through?
Oh, he said it's $3.50
Yeah, in the city.
in the city. Outside town, it's
cheaper,
cheaper.
It says he drives a half hour to go get gas.
I waste a quarter tank doing it.
Hey, man,
what is this?
this guy got to listen to his music.
I
You
get
know
it,
what I'm
dude.
saying?
I
So
get
you
it,
have to
though.
make sure it's slapping in the car.
I get it because there's certain spots I will purposefully make that route to get there.
Definitely,
Absolutely.
What are we doing? What are we looking at?
Okay. I brought this article not necessarily because I want to focus on sports or anything this, but I wanted to just kind of bring this topic up. Skip Bayless, who I've
That's his
watched.
name?
Yeah, that's his name. He's been around in the sports industry for decades.
Yeah,
Okay.
many years.
Long time. I've watched him for, 15, 20 years.
Yeah. He has nice hair.
Yeah, and he's older guy. So Skip Bayless, go down a little bit, Justin, I think, on the heading. I want to make sure. No. I'm sorry, go up. Okay, I want to make sure the whole heading was there.
Yeah.
So this whole issue comes up now with Fox Sports. Skip Bayless is the one that actually brought into Shannon Sharp. I remember watching First Take when he brought Shannon Sharp because Stephen A. Smith was missing that day, and he did a run for like a week with Shannon Sharp, and then ended up maybe 2 years later leaving to start a show on Fox News. He left ESPN to go with Shannon Sharp, which is Shannon Sharp runs Club Shay Shay, the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's the one that did the one with who's the comedian?
Which one?
Where he was talking all that stuff about.
Oh, with that little Cat Williams?
Cat Williams. He's the one. So
I am a boy. Was that from Good Friday? Well, not Good Friday. Wait, that's from Friday after. It's such a Good Friday.
I am a boy.
I am a boy.
So anyways, this article, I want to read it. Scroll down a little bit, Justin.
Try reading that.
Oh man. Can you expand that at all? Can you zoom in to make the
Do
text
you know how
bigger?
on the red dots on the top right?
On the top right?
Red dots, the 3 dots, yeah. And then down, right there. No, up, right there.
Right there.
Go higher. Yeah, go up more.
More. One right,
Yeah,
right there.
there it is.
Okay, longtime television sports firebrand Skip Bayless is accused of making repeated unwanted sexual advances and offering $1.5 million to have sex with a former sex sports hairstylist, according to a lawsuit filed by the woman. The lawsuit filed Friday in Los Angeles accuses Bayless, then a Fox Sports host, of trying to pressure plaintiff Nashin Fariz into a sexual relationship, including allegedly offering her $1.5 million for sex after she told him of a cancer scare in 2021. And it just goes on in the story. The only reason why I wanted to bring this up was not necessarily focused on Skip Bayless. I don't know. Crazy stuff happens.
Wait, 1.5 million?
That he offered this person 1.5 million.
Remember that movie Proposal?
Indecent Proposal?
With Demi Moore?
Demi Moore.
What?
That's
G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you can't say that.
That was $1 million,
You can't
right?
say that to Jada Pinkett.
What?
G.I. Jane.
Lock the doors.
Will might slap you.
But here was the point I wanted to bring this up.
Yeah.
Here's these accusations. Her accusation was that Skip Bayless and one of the executive producers as well fondled her, came on to her, she resisted, and then that she came on to or she communicated with, I think it was Joy Taylor. Which is another female co-host that works for Fox News, approached her to tell her the situation that was happening. And Joyce said, well, that tough, basically tough, put your pants on. And then that's what happens. Deal with it. And so she's trying to sue all these different individuals from Fox News. My only reason why I wanted to bring this up was in today's culture right now that we're the inauguration is coming in a political religious situation. All these things, all these articles and all these themes are going to be coming out at us.
Yeah.
All these accusations. What is the likelihood of somebody, because all these other people have come out with Skip Bayless and they're like, listen, I don't know if that happened or not. But that don't sound right. And I know we always use the statement, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
But doesn't it also depend on how much smoke to determine if there is fire?
Yeah. I mean,
right?
There's people that lie.
That's my point.
There's people that, yeah.
Skip Bayless. Oh, wait a minute. I'll take that back. You continue talking.
Okay. I was just going to bring this into today's climate, today's culture, whether 2025 is going to be a bumpy road.
Yeah.
2025, there's going to be a lot of stories. There's going to be a lot of accusations politically. I think in my personal opinion, my feeling, against a lot of predominant ministry leaders to defame faith in the name of Christ. We already seen that this past year.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that all those allegations are wrong.
No.
I'm not even saying that they can't have any truth to them, but that we need to be careful in the allegations that are being played, because social media is going to run articles and never get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to bring out in 2025 with so much happening. We have to learn how to discern and decipher information and be able to read past headings.
It's just weird how media has put a question mark on everybody. Like, let's talk about Diddy for a second. Is that, yesterday we went to Walmart and Sharon grabbed the baby oil, and I'm like, I will never buy baby oil again in my entire life. She goes, what do you mean? Why?
At least not Johnson & Johnson.
It was Johnson & Johnson. And she goes, because of Diddy. I said, because of Diddy. She goes, oh my God, are you serious? I said, that guy messed it up.
He did.
I said, anyways, my thing is this, is that I have been in the world long enough to know that even in a small setting of being a gangbanger and a drug dealer, there was always the party and then there was the party, So like this whole thing, like who was who at the parties and this and that, dude. that doesn't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Just because somebody was there, because of course you're going to go to, if you're in Hollywood, if you're in politics, if you're in the limelight, and there's going to be other people in the limelight, of course you're going to be there. Like this picture that they show with TD Jakes and Puffy outside on the lawn.
Yeah, at a birthday party or something.
Dude, that's in the daytime, in the open. You know what I mean? That is complete. Now, I don't know TD Jakes personally. I don't know anything. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just know this is the fact that if you're going to throw that, like, my gosh, I have pictures with Cypress Hill. I have pictures with all these rappers from my back in the day, Lightest Shade of Brown and who knows who. I don't even remember the rappers. And then all of a sudden they come out with Diddy stuff. And then somebody's going to dig up a picture. Oh, there was Sir Dyno, you know, next to Too Short.
Yeah.
Like, what? That doesn't show nothing. I never hung out with them. Yeah, I was backstage at a concert. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, we got to be really careful, man. And
I told you about that. I told you about that rapper.
did we still need this article up?
No.
Okay.
I told you about that rapper who got invited to what was it? Rock the Bells? No, it wasn't Rock the Bells. It was dang it! It doesn't matter, man. It was a worldly concert, right? And it's just there's no, and he's a quote unquote Christian rapper, right? And I was like, and he was over there, and somebody posted it on TikTok, and they were like, "Look at Jesus at dang man, what are these big concerts called, man? There's Coachella, and then
I don't know.
And there's these other ones. Okay, so anyways, and remember I had told you, like, this is the problem. Even though, even though you might be speaking about Jesus and you're singing, I don't know you, I don't know anything about your life. You could be all the way legit, you know, full on Christian, not sugarcoat nothing. You could be the real deal.
Rolling Loud?
Rolling Loud. There you go. Yep. And he was at
Thanks to
Rolling
Empty
Loud.
Tomb.
And so the thing about it is why were you there, bro?
Yeah.
You weren't shining.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. You were not shining. Even though you might have been singing about Jesus, and you know what you told me? You said, why did you even get invited?
Yeah.
That's how I look at a bunch of these dudes. Why are you even getting invited? Now, they could be trying to pull you in.
Yeah.
Because like I told you, it's one thing to go over there, get on stage, do your performance. Hopefully you got paid, and then shake the spot.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, bro, you didn't leave. You stood around and you partied with all of them because you're going to show them Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm sorry. But yeah, okay, yeah, you did your thing back in the day. You don't do that today. If Cypress said, yo, bro, we're going to make a comeback tour and we'd like you to do some of your stuff.
Yeah, right. That ain't going to happen.
You're going to say yes?
That ain't going to happen.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to invite you because of who you were, not because of who you are. And that's the problem.
The money they would pay me is not worth
your integrity.
Yeah, my integrity. Because the Bible says I have a good testimony inside and outside of the church.
Right.
That's what the Word of God says.
You know what I mean? So that's my whole thing, man. It's like you gotta, you want to go there. That's my whole thing with TD Jakes.
Yeah.
I mean, Lecrae talks about how he showed up at Diddy parties and he was like, yo, what? Dude, I gotta go. So he says, I don't know if that's true or not. But the thing about it is, of course you're going to get the invitation.
Yeah.
Why are you going to accept it?
Yeah, me personally, like, I don't think TD Jakes did that stuff, but at the same time, I'm not standing up for him. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. So I agree with you. And the thing is that I have the discernment of that, and I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire preacher. I'm not a thousandaire. Sometimes I'm a hundredaire, and that's it. But I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, even the times when I have stepped into worldly things, like Tony A. Tony A's channel, man, he had rappers on there. They're taking shots. They have girls with really low shirts. I mean, just everything. And then when he invited me, go on there. And so this is something I had to talk to my wife about. First of all, I wasn't going to go there without my wife. Number one, I was not going to step into a place where there's constant women on a podcast without my wife. That would be stupid. Secondly, I'm like, okay, Lord, what do I do in this situation? So this is what I told Tony A. I said, I would love to go on your show. I would love to talk about my past as long as I can talk about my present. And he goes, what's that? I said, I pastor a church. I believe in Jesus Christ. I want to share the gospel. And he's like, go for it. Cool. Then I'll do it. Because in a situation like that, I will use all of my past as a big old bait.
Yeah.
You know? And so many people came to the Lord because of that podcast.
Glory
so the fruit proves, you know what I mean? The fruit proves it. And, but you know, here's what's crazy. Sure enough, there was a girl there, really low shirt, very revealing shirt. I would have been so uncomfortable to not have had Sharon there. And Sharon ended up sitting next to her and ministering to her. But my wife was there. And that is the same woman that brought allegations about Tony A. Oh. That took him to court about supposedly, and Tony A won that court, but nevertheless, can you imagine? He got accused of some really ugly stuff with that girl. Imagine if I had been there without Sharon. You know what I mean? Imagine that. And it's like, dude, I'm not throwing myself in those situations. That's why I won't travel. Like, I've had people ask me, hey, will you come preach here? Will you come do this and travel here? I'm like, listen. And they'll say, what do you charge? I'll say, you know what? I don't have an honorarium, but can you pay my way and pay my hotel and feed me? You know, and one guy says, well, I want to pay you an honorarium. I said, I'll tell you what, send me a second ticket for my wife. That's my honorarium. I don't want to be anywhere without her. And he's like, really? All right. And he bought 2 tickets. You know what I mean? I would rather have her there with me than to have, you know, a $500 honorarium. Just buy her a ticket, dude. You know? So,
man, I don't know. I just brain farted.
There's Cholo Trucker. What's up, Sister Maria? Hello.
I wanted to bring, because on what we were talking about as far as allegations and you know different stories, different stuff. We were talking about New Orleans.
Yeah.
And you know the timing and of, so you got the bombing that took, or the ISIS, the real estate agent turned ISIS with an ISIS flag running over, hitting 35 people. I think 15 died.
Yeah.
If I have the numbers correct. And then was it 6 hours later?
Yeah, 6 hours later.
The event took place at the Trump Hotel in Vegas.
Because that was 3-something in the morning in New Orleans, and in Vegas is a 1 hour difference?
I don't know.
Depending on the hour, it's 5 or 6 hour difference. I think it was already morning in Las Vegas.
Yeah, so 5 to 6 hours later, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, so everyone's going to terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
But then what's interesting is that it depends on what side of what you're willing to listen to. Did you hear the Sean Ryan show? Talking with the...
Oh, man, that's what I meant to watch.
Who's Sean Ryan?
Sean Ryan's a podcaster.
The guy, the one that the guy had, like...
Sam's showmate.
Yeah, it was like a few weeks or months or something like that before.
He got a direct email from the guy.
From the guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That said he was going to, do this, and he had reached out to many.
Told people about what this
podcasters
was and blah 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 blah.
And he said, listen, these what was it? Oh my gosh, my mind just went blank.
He says, get out of my head. He goes, you catch the Sean Ryan show on the Cybertruck thing?
Yeah. And so the drones.
Okay.
So he starts talking about the drones, and because he was an ex-military, he was ex-Green Beret.
Who?
The
Tesla guy.
The Tesla guy.
Yeah.
And so if you read, if you're watching CNN, right, it's a whole different perspective than you're getting on the other side.
Yeah.
No. But are you willing to dig in and just give an ear to be able to allow, just kind of go, okay, let me think through this. Let me ponder this of the possibilities and the scenarios. Yeah. Because in that scenario, what did Biden first say? It was a terrorist attack.
Oh no.
That's the cue card he was given.
Yeah.
It was a terrorist attack. And then what happened? Was it 24 hours later or 48 hours later, the FBI comes out and says it wasn't a terrorist attack?
Yeah.
And so what was it?
I just sent a picture to the email, Justin, of Elon. Anyways, keep going.
No, and just that was my point about bringing that up, is all these things are hitting all different ways. and it's just distraction points.
Yeah.
And to bring confusion.
He was a Green Beret. That's crazy.
Yeah. But his whole, if you read that, did you read that article?
Look at what Elon said. He was the evil knuckleheads, picked the wrong vehicle for a terrorist attack. Cybertruck actually contained the explosion and directed the blast upwards. Not even the glass doors of the lobby were broken. It was the worst car to do an explosion in.
Now, he did that release immediately.
Yeah.
That was right when it happened, before information started coming out.
Yeah.
If you look at the blast, and one of the things that they detail as far as the police report, there was gas and there was also fireworks.
Yeah.
My question is just this, and in that, if it was an intentional blast,
yeah,
what were you gonna say?
Go ahead, continue.
No, just if it was an intentional blast, as a Green Beret,
he knew how to.
He knew, but in the article, what did he say? I need to bring awareness to what is happening in this country.
He would know how to do mass destruction.
And he said, "This is the only route that I can to get people's attention."
But what attention was he trying to get? That's my question.
Man, I'm sorry, man. That's a smoke show. I'm not falling for it, man. I tell you, I've said
You're
this
not falling for the okie doke?
No, I'm not.
No banana in the tailpipe?
No banana in the tailpipe.
In what way? What do you mean?
You
which part of it?
These liberals, man, have screwed my brain up so much, bro. I'm sorry, dude.
What?
These liberals. This is a smoke show, man. This just like he said right here, empty to him. It says supposedly they're anti-gravity tech or something. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt much nowadays. His ID was conveniently not burned to just, you know what I mean?
I've heard he wasn't even in the car.
Yeah, that's another thing that I heard also. So the other thing is too is like there's much more behind all of this dude, if he even truly is a Green Beret. Because I mean, let's just be honest about it. Those are some bad dudes, bro.
Absolutely.
What's old boy SEAL member wrote a book, ended up finding God, couldn't stand God. Oh my!
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember.
Man, I can't think of the guy's name. Empty Tomb or Felipe is going to say something. Maybe even Cholo Trucker.
Cholo Trucker.
Yeah, they'll let us know right now. But the thing about it is like that's a bad dude.
Yep.
If he went to go blow up Trump Towers, he ain't gonna miss.
No, he knows what he's doing.
Exactly. Yeah. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not saying that
he could have driven that truck straight through those doors.
That's my whole thing. Yeah. Like there is no possible way this dude. Whoopsie. I'm sorry, that didn't go on, bro. This is a trained killer.
Yeah.
That's what he's trained to do.
Kills for a living.
Have you seen the movie Carry On Netflix?
Oh yeah.
Look up Carry On real quick. Show him with Justin Bateman.
Yeah, Justin Bateman.
Yeah.
Ozark
with Justin Rocha.
So the thing about it is like probably what did he say? Smells like a false flag to me. Probably still alive. Yep. He's probably over there chilling with Tupac and
with Tupac
and Elvis. You know what I mean, dude? So like there's no I'm sorry, man. You're not gonna convince me that Chris Kyle. See? I told you. Chris Kyle is who I'm talking about.
So it's called Carry On with Justin Bateman. Is that it? It's a different picture on Netflix.
Yeah, it's up there on the corner.
Oh, yeah. that is the movie, though.
Yeah, that's the movie.
So this movie is interesting because...
That's funny. Deanna just had that on, and I was like, in the background, I was like, what is that? She was like, it looked like something you'd be interested in.
But basically, it's a trip because a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense, right? Especially like the New Orleans, like the guy, did you see his video where he's like basically being an entrepreneur and all this and that? But anyways, like in this movie, they want something to get on a plane without giving away the movie. So what they do is they force people to force other people to do it. And then then these people do this crazy act and people are like, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This guy was a regular person, you know, and so they basically make this person do something or else they'll do something to their loved one. So then when they die, that's where I'm going. They're just like, what the heck? This is a normal person. Yeah. So you got to watch this movie Carry On. It just came out on Netflix.
That's all I'm going with it. Yeah. It's a good movie, man. You'll really like it. That's the kid from Kingsman.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is like, that's exactly where I'm going with it is that, you know.
No, I agree. That's why I wanted to know what point of, exactly.
All over the place, this is a smoke show, bro. I want to know. So we got to pay attention to. Find out in our governors. Look at our states right now, right? Look at Kamala. Look at these ones.
The kidnapping in Minnesota.
What kidnapping?
that took place 4 years ago with the governor.
What?
You guys didn't hear that?
No.
How do I do? I think I do know that. I can't think of who it was though.
It was the governor. Was it the governor, Justin, of Minnesota?
Minnesota.
So the thing about it is like that's what we need.
It was all lies.
He could be, his family could be taken. I don't know, but there is no possible way that vato missed, bro. No way. He is trained to do that kind of stuff, and he probably did it for years. I don't care if you're in the Green Berets for 2 years. You're a bad dude.
If you're in the Green Berets,
If you didn't ring that bell and you made it to the Green Berets, why was everything about drones and all of a sudden, boom, nothing?
I know you won't leave that alone.
Like
dude.
it didn't even happen.
They're flies now.
Yeah.
They're flies.
I'm gonna fly my drone and start it all over again.
You should. You should.
I got it right here.
I know someone personally who is spec ops and knew Chris Kyle. His whole story is fake. Wow, that's like letting
Who's
me
Chris
know.
Kyle?
That's the Navy SEAL. That's like letting me know. Thanks, Felipe. I appreciate that.
Governor Whitmer. Yep, that.
That's like letting me know about Frank Dukes from
Chris Kyle's
Bloodsport,
the Tesla guy?
that his whole story is fake.
Oh.
No, Governor Whitmer. That's the story. If you look up, Justin, look up the article. Governor of Minnesota kidnapping.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Is that where How I Met Your Mother? What's his name's from or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you see?
What's his name?
Did you see Trump shaking
Marshall.
Kim's hand?
What happened?
Do you see Trump shaking Kim's hand?
Kim
recently?
who? Lil Kim?
Sure. I mean, he is a short dude.
Again?
Yeah, saying about, I guess there hasn't been an American that has stepped in for a while. And he says, sure, I'll be the first if you want me to.
But I thought that was old. Or he met him again.
I believe we met him again.
Oh.
Didn't they say that his son has just landed in Greenland today?
This?
Yeah.
So-called
Oh, I don't know
American
nothing
sniper.
about this story.
Focus in.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Let's see what Wikipedia says.
I don't know nothing. I don't even know what this is about.
Okay, on October 8, 2020, the U.S. Federal FBI announced the arrest of 13 men suspected of orchestrating a domestic terror plot to kidnap American politician Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. Michigan, okay, not Minnesota.
Sounds like lioness.
And other using violence to overthrow the state government. Some have labeled the attempt an example of, what's that word?
I don't know. It's blue. I can't
Something
read it.
thoracic terrorism. A form of political
never heard of
violence.
Where violent rhetoric by prominent figures inspired the plot. Huh.
And so, anyway, so two men pleaded guilty. It was a fake ploy.
Oh,
and so all these different things, and so it's just there's just mass chaos.
Yeah.
There's just so much mass chaos, and that was the only reason why. Like again, why I brought in the article with Skip Bayless is there's just. So here's this person with sex allegations against Skip Bayless and then start throwing this name and 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 this name. Why? Hoping at the end they get a check. It's just mass chaos to get paid out. I've been a part of those different situations. I did as far as ministry wise.
Yeah.
Different allegation situations, getting called out, asking to be, to be able to give pleas. There's so much stuff, so many stories, so many different scenarios. And right now, just kind of with what we're going with, the American Sniper, or how about the one with Mark Wahlberg, Shooter?
Yeah.
Where the government comes in, the FBI, they're trying to get him deployed. Then he sets up his guns, and he understands. There's just so much chaos going on. Be at peace and make sure that we do a little bit of research.
But what worries me too, though, is that nobody believes nothing anymore.
Chad Williams.
And all it takes is one, because of the internet makes the world small, right? So all of a sudden what happens is one person reports a lie, and then 10 other reporters report that, so now it becomes truth. And I'm really careful with that, because let me tell you guys this, is those of you that, let's say you love House Arrest, let's say you love me as a pastor. There's something, what's his name said, that there's a pastor that said, when America attacks Christianity, they're not going to put your pastors in prison for loving Christ. They're going to make things up about them. Mm-hmm. So in the same way, you guys are quick to say people are fake out there.
Yep.
Be ready, because the same is going to be said about me someday. When Christianity, when they start to choke even more so. Because if you think the choking hasn't started, then you're not paying attention. Your pastor, your spiritual leaders are going to have allegations. And because you're so quick to believe everything everybody says, that's how quick people are going to believe things said about those that you love. You know, so be careful. What was the pastor that said that? He's
Baptist pastor.
Yeah, they call him the crying prophet or the crying preacher.
Oh my gosh, I know you're talking about. I don't remember.
So just guys, be careful with that, and always just give grace. Always, never 100% believe everything. Even if you're sitting here saying, no, this is fake, at least, my gosh, give it 1% that maybe it's a lie about them, because
Bonhoeffer.
Yeah.
As far as his, what the German government was saying about him.
Yeah.
You look at all these different, scenarios. What's crazy is, there was a situation in ministry that I was a part of many years ago, and they were going through all this court case, sexual court case, and all this stuff, and I get a call from the person, from the of the husband, that's on the other side saying that they were sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
And so this person was asking me, hey, I know details of this person's character, of the minister that was trying to be accused of all this stuff, and because this happened after I was gone, and they just said, but you have a personal relationship, you have an idea of knowing them, and they said, would you be willing to stand in court?
Yeah.
And make a statement about this person as far as whether it was abuse in ministry, whether it was sexual allegations, and all this different stuff. And I said, is your wife there who is making the accusations?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And I said, yeah. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, pass them to me. So we're talking. I knew this person very well, somebody I've known for many, many years. And I told him, I said, listen, I'll do that on one condition. And I said, what is that? That I tell the whole truth. They said, absolutely. That's what we want. And I said, okay. I said, now her husband didn't know of everything.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And I said, okay. And this is what I said on the phone. I said, they were on speaker. I said, I will tell the truth and everything that I know. I said, which I didn't know much as far as, because again, this stuff happened prior to.
Yeah.
They were trying to build a case against them.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll tell the truth of everything I know, but I'm going to tell the truth of one thing. What is that? Remember that time you were blowing me kisses? Remember that time that you came on me because at the time she wasn't married?
Came on to you.
Came on to me.
That didn't sound right.
What did I
anyway,
say?
keep going.
Anyways, well, and so all this stuff, right? And I just kind of threw it out, and the husband got so upset.
Oh, yeah.
And just started cussing me out and everything else. And I said, listen, that's the only way you're going to get me to tell. I'll tell the whole story.
Yeah.
But don't try to come at this like you innocent.
Yeah.
This isn't, no. So let's right now with there's I've been in those settings of court cases, different situations against me, against others, all this stuff. Slow down, take a breather. Yeah. All this stuff that's coming, whether it's ministry, whether it's political, whatever it is, slow your roll, take a breather. The word of God was absolutely true, that everything that can be shaken will be shaken. Yeah. And everything that must remain will remain.
What's that preacher's name? It's still bugging me because I want to find that.
I wrote down here, Satan will kill your character before anything else.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Paul, was it Paul?
Paul Washer.
Paul Washer. Okay.
Paul Washer.
And so that's one of the biggest things that I pay attention to is a person's character. So I was recently asked, would it be wrong to ask a pastor if I need to always call you pastor, right? And then I said, well, let me answer it like this. I said, in a certain area, I will, with no doubt, right? So like on a Sunday or a Wednesday, whenever your pastoral is going on kind of thing, right? And then I told him, I said, but I know, like with David, I call him David.
Yeah.
Right. And I asked him early on, I said, oh, my bad. I apologize. Do you mind if I call you David? And I said, without even thinking, I do that. And it's a double-ended question for me because you know what? Like, if you say yes, I prefer you to call me pastor. Mm-hmm. that's probably the last conversation I'm gonna have with somebody.
It's messed up, eh?
I know.
Well, because there's a difference between being called and needing to be called pastor.
Exactly.
I sent you a clip, but hold on to it.
And so, just like you said about, I think it was about serving. Like, you'll never have anybody carrying your Bible.
Oh, heck no.
Right?
Unless
So-
I lose my hands.
But that's the whole thing, you know what I mean? And so a lot of people will need that kind of thing, and they get lost in all of
Ministry affirmation.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
the thing about it is that's the character that you're carrying. And so one of the biggest things is like character is so important. And it took me a long time to understand that, because character is something that Denzel plays. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm trying to take the word act out of my vocabulary, because I don't want to act a certain way. I want to be a certain way. So there's a few words that are very important to me, and that's character, integrity, and accountability. And if we can establish those,
Amen.
and then somebody ever says anything about me and be like, nah, Tino would have told me to my face, because his mouth is that big that he just will say something. Like, I'll hold things back for the most part, but my character is to say things, you know, just very bluntly, and people say I'm harsh. And this guy on Sunday was like,
Quote, unquote,
you know what? I'm
mean.
not even going to look at anybody when I say this. And so I thought it was really, really good.
So, guys,
and that's all I got to say.
Paul Washer said something really important. I want you guys to really pay attention to this, because when persecution comes, we want to romanticize Christian persecution, but this is the realest thing. It's a 3-minute video I've ever heard, guys. So check this out. Go ahead and play that real quick.
The church in America is going to suffer so terribly. And we laugh now, but they will come after us. They will come after our children. They will close the net around us while we are playing soccer mom and soccer dad, while we are arguing over so many little things and mesmerized by so many trinkets. The net even now is closing around you and your children and your grandchildren, and it does not cause you to fear. You will be isolated from society, as has already happened. Anyone who tries to run for office who actually believes the Bible will be considered a lunatic until finally we are silenced. We will be called things that we're not, and persecuted not for being followers of Christ, but for being radical fundamentalists who do not know the true way of Christ, which of course is love and tolerance. You'll go down as the greatest bigots and haters of mankind in history. They've already come after your children, and for most of you, they got them. They got them through the public schools and indoctrination, and the university and indoctrination, and then you wonder why your children come out not serving the Lord. It's because you fed them right into the devil's mouth. So little by little, the net is closing around, and then it's not little by little. Look how fast things are going downhill just in a matter of weeks. Matter of weeks. But at the same time, know this. Persecution is always meant for evil, but God always means it for good. And is it not better to suffer in this life, to have an extra weight of glory in heaven? You must settle this in your mind. This is the one thing I want to say over and over. Do not believe. Down through history, you have a wrong idea of martyrdom and persecution. You think that these men were persecuted and martyred for their sincere faith in Jesus Christ. That was the real reason, but no one heard that publicly. They were martyred, and they were persecuted as enemies of the state, as child molesters, as bigots, as narrow-minded, stupid people who had fallen for a ruse and can contribute nothing to society. Your suffering will not be noble. So your mind must be filled with the Word of God when all people persecute you and turn on you. And the Spirit of God in common grace pulls back, and you see even your children and your grandchildren tossing in the lot that you should die. This is no game. You want revival and awakening, but know this. For the most part, great awakenings have come only preceding great national catastrophes or the persecution of the church. I believe God is bringing a great awakening, but I believe that He is raising up young men who are strong in trust in the providence of God to be able to wade through the hell that's going to break loose on us. And it will be on us before we even recognize it. Unless in God's providence, He is not done.
Okay, guys. So, no, it finished there, but it was delayed. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I didn't realize the time. I know that we do got to get going. Tino has a very important date with his wife, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Wait. Which is a clap?
The top corner. No. The other one. Let's start over. Date with his wife.
Date with his wife. Awesome. Because if you don't go off this is going to happen.
Yes, if I don't hurry and get there.
Yeah. So, but guys, so seriously, we do got to get going. I didn't realize what time it was. Hopefully that was a great way to end this episode. That was very powerful, Paul Washer. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, but that was an old video. And does that not sound like it should have been recorded yesterday?
Yep.
Now, if I'm looking on this, 16 years ago.
Oh, wow.
16 years ago. This was in 2008.
Dang.
Yeah.
But why does it sound like it should have been recorded yesterday?
Yeah.
So with that, guys, we want to thank you so much. Thank you, Empty Tomb. I'm not sure how that works with the gifting of people with membership, but that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll be here next Tuesday. And any last words real quick before we finish this off? Before you're...
25, man. I said I did a post on Facebook, and I said, you know what? For myself, this is going to be a year of help. And that's how I'm going to look at it. So if you can put that in your mind, everywhere you go this year, that whatever it is, for me, it's help people financially, but most of all, help people spiritually, and kingdom is my mindset. So I'm trying to get me some crowns this year, and so that's my focus, is building that kingdom.
Amen. 2025 coming strong. And, I just, conversations just with my boys and everything else, and just people around us, it's going to be a fun year. And if you like being able to walk with God and have faith and trust Him, it's going to be a fun year.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. And so just ride the wave and understand that He is trustworthy. And so as we go down, through this year coming in and everything coming down the pipe, I'm excited just to see what's happening. At the same time, like I said, for all of us that are here on this channel, and just the growth across the board, across this state, across our county, across this state, and across the country. And so I'm excited that hopefully at some point in time this year, we can have an open platform where everyone can be with us, at least on one session, and to be able to have that. So we're excited, and thank you for all the support and help for you guys going on 6 months for us.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And like I said, Angel, you have to go with your wife. You have a class to start. You can still jump in for the next 30 minutes. All you got to do is send an email to, you can send it to houseofrestchurch@gmail.com. Say, hey, sign me up. I will send you an invoice. And with the invoice is paid, it's $125. It's a 12-week course. I will send you the link to the live Zoom. You could join in on the class today. It's going to be an amazing class. So God bless you. Thank you so much.
Peace.
And see you guys later.
See you next week.
All right.